I'm Stewart McLaurin, president of the White House Historical Association. In 1984, my very first job in Washington was working on the re-election campaign of President Reagan. And then I had the privilege of working on the 1985 inaugural committee. And that's when I really understood what the greatness of our country, the extraordinary opportunities that we have here, that our future can be as bright or brighter than our past. And I still feel that and sense that when I think about President Reagan and his influence on me. So when I had the privilege of returning to the Reagan Foundation from 2009 to 2012 to be part of the team conceptualizing and planning the President Centennial Celebration, I had to do it. It was so important to me. And I was at a young age at that time that I first got involved with President Reagan. So my heart during the Centennial was to engage the younger people, that next generation of young people that did not know him as a living president. And that was the most inspirational and privilege of that experience for me, is to connect with those young people and share who Ronald Reagan was to me and continues to be with the next generation. And that excitement and enthusiasm that he engendered in young people, he was a man in his 70s. And the people in their late teens, in their 20s, in their 30s were enamored of him and excited about him, his vision and his agenda and his passion for our country. And very rarely have I seen anything like that from another president. And what he instilled in me at that young age, the mindset about positively looking forward, doing everything with a little bit of a sense of humor, not taking yourself too seriously, but having a passion and an ideology and a conviction and a belief and a system of character and values that I saw instilled in him that I wanted to have influence my life as well. At the White House Historical Association, President Polk, Hayes, Harrison, they're just as important to us as Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, Reagan. The White House is the one building, the one place, the one common denominator that those 45 very different men have in common. So as different as these men are, to me, that's inspirational because it represents the differences that we have in our country. And that people who do come, many of these men come from very, very modest means, like President Reagan. If you visit where he was born, if you visit where he grew up, you think no one could possibly rise to the presidency of the United States. But he did, and many others did as well. And together, we're all creating a tapestry to tell these stories of our presidents, of their history, of their contributions to the greatness of our country, their leadership at the time they were president, and their legacy today. And the presidency of Ronald Reagan is alive and strong and bold and inspirational, and you can see it in these places that I've mentioned. You can hear it in the voices of the people who worked with him and for him. And I think it's our privilege to instill that in a next generation who will carry that into the future and make the life and the leadership and the legacy of Ronald Reagan just as meaningful and impactful into the rest of the 21st century as it's been to us for the past 40 years.